Buddy, how you doing? Saludos, buenos dias. This is my sanctuary. This is gonna be my new studio. Not playing. This is my little sanctuary I got at school. I enjoy it very much. The serenity. It's quiet. There's very few people walking through. It's right in front of the international student office. So I enjoy it. I enjoy this area very much. Today just happened to be a beautiful day. It's not too hot. It's not too cold. The sun's out. I got a little umbrella right here that blocks me, but it's a really good, nice little area. So, I want to talk about respect. And I know a lot of people are probably going to get offended by what I'm going to say. But hear me out. Uh, in prison or jail in the system, you tend to say, excuse me, con permiso, dispensa, whatever it may be. You are learn very quick on trying to be as respectful as possible to the next man, no matter who that may be. The reason you do that is because you don't want to cause any kind of interaction with another group because you were just disrespectful. So it isn't about, to me, it isn't about respect. It's about fear. And fear doesn't necessarily mean that you got to be scared for your own outcome, but scared that you might cause some friction with somebody, and later on down the road, you're going to have to pay for it, right? So it's a way of self-preservation. See, when I first paroled and people used to bump me, used to bug me, and it was so hard to get used to people just walking by and bumping you, not saying excuse me, not not acknowledging you, just walking by, just bump the shit out of you and just keep going. And it took me a long time to get used to that. Yes, that is a lack of respect, and it should change. When people bump people, they should say excuse me. They should apologize for not paying attention or whatever it may be, without worried about you attacking them physically. See, that's the difference. People out here, when they say excuse me or they bump you, they say out of respect, usually out of respect, not out of fear. In the system, they say it out of fear. See, you can have two gentlemen be respectful of each other. Talk to each other, try to work a situation out they might have with each other. Maybe two different groups. And if I don't like what you're saying, no matter how respectful you are, I'm going to respectfully stab you. That's how it goes. So it doesn't matter. The contents in jail and people being respectful of each other are to avoid problems. It's not because you're a respectful person. Now, I heard Dubs one time say, and no shot at Dubs, I heard him talk about him giving up a seat to somebody on the bus one time, and they said, "Oh my God, you just got out, huh?" He took it as if, well, that's the only place they teach you that. No, I I was taught by my parents, and I taught my kids. People I'm with, there's people that give up their seats for me now that I'm older. I had youngsters, hey, let the man sit, let the dude sit, that are young. They will get up and give their seats to me. This is something that I'm seeing more and more, and these kids didn't learn it in the system. It's understand having respect for their elders. Somewhere along the line, somebody taught them that. So all this about being respectful of each other and prison is built on respect. No, it's not. It's built on fear. Yes, it's better to a point to be respectful of people so that you can do what you have to do and hopefully not get into trouble. But you can respectfully have a disagreement, but it's going to end up in violence in prison, where it's not going to end here. Somebody bumps you, or you know them, or from a different community than you. You're not going to get up there and get in their face about it and stuff. You brush it off and move on. Somebody tells you good morning, you just say good morning. That's respect. That's when you ain't got no repercussions for talking the way you talk. You do it because it's right to talk like that, not because you're worried about something going to happen over it. So when people talk about prison or jail in general being respectful, it's not respect. They're forced into doing that. Having respect for somebody is listening to somebody and hearing their message, not necessarily agreeing with it, but hearing the individual out. And without persecution, without being disrespectful or calling the guy outside his name. If somebody comes as a man and comes into, hey, look, I want to talk to you regarding this. And I'm going to use it as an example, right? Just recently, somebody mentioned something to me, and I didn't agree with them. I heard them out. They were in the wrong. They were mistaken for my intentions on something. And I heard them out. I said, fine. We'll take it like this, and this is what we're going to do. Clean hands. Wash hands. We're done. In prison, it would have went a whole different way. Even though we would have had a conversation, it would have had to been dealt with a certain way. See, but even though I didn't like the dude's conversation, he came at me respectfully, and I have to respect that. I have to be able to hear somebody out and not agree with them, but at the same time, not go try to hurt the guy over it. You understand what I'm saying? And that's why I think people get the misconstrued or misinformation about being respectful. And we have to understand certain things about certain people. If somebody grew up in the system, that's all they know. Doesn't make it right. And it doesn't make it factual. When you go up a certain way, you're gonna proceed to be that way for a long time until your eyes start opening up. And that's one thing about jail, is being locked up. A lot of times we feel that everybody else should proceed the same way we would. That we need to understand how they see things, how they perceive it, how they understand it, and how it's supposed to be. But just because you're in prison doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it factual. It doesn't make it the proper way to deal with things. A lot of times, the way we react or how we would react in prison is not the proper way to react out here. And people forget that. They don't understand that because they've never had that put in that situation where they hear from somebody out here. I know myself, I had a lot of problems letting things go to certain aspects because that's how I felt it was supposed to be dealt with, but I learned it in jail. Now that I'm older and I'm wiser, I'm going to school, I'm seeing things. There's a lot of different ways to handle situations, a lot of different ways to handle different scenarios in your life other than how you would deal with it as an inmate or a convict or a prisoner, gang member, or whatever it may be. That's just my 2 cents. Now, you guys don't have to listen to me. You guys don't have to agree with me. I know I pissed off a lot of people right now. I know I did. And let me come to you with this last part. Those people that are pissed off at me for what I just said, ask yourself, is that being respectful of my opinion? No, it's not. That's the difference. Is if you got upset because I have a certain opinion about something, then you're in the wrong. You don't know what respect is, because that's exactly what I mean. If we don't agree with what you're saying, then it turns into disrespect. Have a blessed one.